Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legends Racing
Ladies
League
and
Week
gentlemen,
5.
welcome
to Legends Racing
Ladies
League
and
Week
gentlemen,
5.
welcome
to Legends Racing
Ladies
League
and
Week
gentlemen,
5.
welcome
to Legends Racing.
That was weird. Wow. I apologize for that. And we are here on week 5 at not at Legends Racing League, Prime Times
And we are
Racing
here on
League,
week 5
Texas.
at Legends. Not at Legends.
I think is Dr. Goober. We see him going into turn 1 here, turn 1 and 2. The 00 is taking the lead. He seems to hold it. So yeah, it's gonna come down to 165 laps at 3 times wear. I'm sorry, apologies there. 167 laps.
As you can see, the 24 of Goober behind Wyatt. Goober is 2 for 2 this week, winning in the K&N series and also winning the Truck series. So if I had to guess, it would be between him and the 47 of Juicy Jake. Juicy Jake is super strong. And actually, right now, Juicy and Chrome are tied for 5 wins in the Cup series. Pickle Caribou has the most Cup series wins with 6 overall wins. So if Juicy or Chrome win tonight, man, that's going to change up how this win standings is going to sit. And maybe by the time next week's done, we'll see a new winner.
Yeah, and continuing on with what I was trying to say earlier, and then I forgot. Tonight's race is 167 laps at 3 times wear, with drivers only getting about 20 laps on gas. The biggest question tonight is who's going to save the most gas? Yeah, that is a fact. Texas is definitely on the trickier side to learn, and it's definitely not easy because you got to rotate from high to low and keep it steady and get as close to that upper wall for the most speed as possible.
I apologize, I have myself muted. But yeah, right now we have current standings. Chrome Prince has 250 points, and he has 2 wins right now at Watkins Glen and Richmond. Mikey has 232 points, but he is still looking for his first win. Will it be tonight? Yeah, I mean, he's been on it lately.
Yeah, I think Mikey definitely has a chance here in Texas. If he could keep the number 14 off the wall, it's definitely a fast car, and it definitely moves pretty quick here. We've definitely seen it. The 14 in real life and on these video games is pretty good at Texas.
Most definitely.
Oh, the 24 side down.
Goober flipped. What happened to him and the 00 make contact? Did Goober just get loose? I mean, Texas is a track that you get loose on super easily. And with them only having 20 laps of fuel, could that have already come into play?
Yeah, I was just about to ask the big question. Who pits here and who stays out? I think my big move would be to go in for gas or tire right sides at least at this point.
I mean, this early on, they're a few laps in. I mean, why not? Take a stab at it. Pit for tires and fuel. Get those Eagle fuel goods. Get the Sunoco fuel. And make sure that your car is set the way you want it to be. We got we were told that the stages are about 50 laps each stage, with the final stage being about 60 laps. So with their 20 lap fuel, that is definitely going to hinder how long they can go.
Yeah, and that is speaking that we're about what 5 or 6 laps in. We're not very deep into this race, and it was a big surprise to see Goober go upside down at that point. We're glad he's okay, and
Which I think is
kind of
Dr.
glad it's a video
Goober.
game at the same time. We see because in real life that would not have been a very pleasant sight to see. Um, but Mikey going for the move on the inside there. He looks like he's trying to make a run on the double O's in front there, but it's going to take a little bit more than just insides. He's not going to give up that first place very easily tonight.
No, it seems like Wyatt has been on the ball since the drop of the green here. He knows what he's doing with the car. I think the car's feeling really good for him. But man, is that 14, and it looks like the 88 gaining on that double zero. He had a huge gap, and now his gap has shrunken up so much that with that draft, it's just changed the way that these guys can just go.
Yeah, but also we had that caution, so the amount that he's pulled away in such little laps is absolutely astonishing.
As you see now, the 18 making his way under the 88. 18 is going to go ahead and grab third place. No, I take that back actually. He cannot complete the run on the 88. The 88, man, he's got it dialed in right now. The 88, we haven't seen much of him at the beginning of the season, and I think it was just him starting to get tracks down, getting these guys around him down. As you can see now, he's passing for second place. I mean, he's got his head in the game tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if we've already mentioned this or not, but this is the first Cup Series race we have had at Primetime Racing League. It's kind of insane and cool sight to see at the same time.
As Goober, I mean, he's nowhere to see right now. Goober is just, he is towards the back of the pack. As you see the 96 twerk right around him. That was close to going around again, but I mean, Goober, like I said, he's been dominating Texas all week. Can he do it tonight? We'll have to see. I mean, after that first crash, he's making up a good amount of ground for being that far behind.
Yeah, and if we go to the standings here, Pickle is currently leading overall Cup wins with 6, and Chrome Prince and Juicy Jake are at 5 wins. Will we see a tie overall Cup wins tonight?
You know, I'll have to say, I am not seeing Chrome Prince anywhere. And, I mean, Juicy, I don't see the 47 at all. I think he was collected in that crash with the 47. So, but right now, that 0, he is just moving, see ya gone. He's doing amazing in the Cup Series. He's still looking for his first win in the Xfinity Series. But I'll tell you what, that double 0, if he plays his cards right, he'll have at least stage 1 and maybe more to come.
Yeah, and Goober was last week's winner in this series. Do you think he could possibly go for 2 in Cup Series wins? 3 for 3.
Oh,
My bad.
that's right. Yes, Goober did win Auto Club last week. And right now, he is currently sitting, I believe, third in the overall standings. Fourth, actually, with 204 points in his one win at Auto Club. Now, Primetime, I believe, currently is doing a win and you're in, which is good for some of these drivers. But if you can get 16 different winners, man, I mean, more than 16, it's going to come down to who has the more points. And Goober, I mean, he may have his one win at Auto Club, but is that enough to get him in to the following rounds?
Yeah, I agree. The 24 is good. He did get his win at Auto Club, and big props to him. Congratulations on Auto Club. Auto Club is a hard track to learn, also, but we'll see if the double zero will pull through and see if he could get the win tonight.
As the 18 now pulls himself around the 14. 18 has clear open room to chase down this double zero. But this double zero just keeps pulling away. As you can see now, the 14 making his way around the 18. They are 3 wide for position number 2.
Oh, now this brings up the big question. With the double O's running as hard as he is, will his tires wear faster, and could he possibly get to the point where he has to pit before everyone else? And someone is sponsored by John Deere in this first stage tonight.
I think that's just the beginning of many. I mean, these guys, once those tires start to go down, the looseness just gets there. Like you see with the 20 right now, he dropped to the very bottom because of how loose this car becomes. Will that be a factor later on? Most definitely it will be. It's just coming down to which car can adjust their car correctly to make their car at least get to the end of the run, because that's definitely what they're going to need.
Yeah, as we see the 20 also being sponsored by John Deere again tonight. But what about that 5 and Rowdy energy drink car?
The 51 of Joker has been very dominant, at least hanging in the top 5. What is up, AC Scooby-Doo, and what is up, Paul the Man Bro? Welcome, welcome. As you can see, cars are making contact left and right, slamming the wall. I mean, these guys, they just got to calm it down. They're doing amazing so far, though, for getting loose off these corners so fast. We'll see what happens later on.
Yeah, definitely. The 5-1 is definitely strong through the corners. He's just got to keep it straight coming out of the corners, and don't let the car get too loose where he's sponsored by John Deere, because that grass definitely lets the tires wear more and more each time they go through it. Yeah, and him running it hard brings up the next question. When do you think these pit sequences are going to start coming through, and when do you think the giant gaps are going to start coming in between who pitted during the caution and who didn't?
I think pit sequences are going to happen when these guys are about maybe lap 35, maybe lap 40. Because some of these guys here are going to think about saving the gas. Because sometimes saving that gas, yes, you can get to lap 30 and pit easily. But if you can't pit without making your tires last, then you can't pit that early. You got to wait longer. And I think that's what some of these guys have in mind. Is it looks like Wyatt is running a little slower than the pack, which is smart currently because he's saving that left rear, and that left rear is going to kill you in the long runs.
Yeah, but he's definitely got the gap where if he starts to save now, he definitely can still kick it back into gear later, and he's got such a big gap between him and the 18 that he's clear for a good little while.
Oh yeah, 00. I mean, no doubt, if he keeps up what he's going and no one else can just keep up with him, man, he's got this one locked in tonight for sure. But checking in with some other drivers, like the 24, you can see him. He's gaining more ground as he goes. He just, by the time this stage is done, I think he'll be right on the 00.
Yeah, him and the 00 have had quite a few good fights recently. They both drive really strong and keep going very well.
As you can see now, the 14, as we go up a little, I believe the 14 has made his way around the 96. Actually, I think the 14 has dropped back a lot. Yeah, maybe the 00 is saving fuel. And I think that's exactly. I think he's just trying to get himself to the end of the pit sequence. He may be thinking about it, and he may be thinking ahead. You know what? Hey, if I pit, man, is that actually take that back? He's not saving yet. As you can see, he is pulling down pit road, grabbing some tires, grabbing some fuel. The question is do you just take enough, or do you take over the amount that's needed?
I would definitely take over the amount of Sunoco fuel and Goodyear tires. I would take all 4 Goodyear tires and full Sunoco fuel. And yeah, that's what I would go with. Um why don't we give it a little second and turn it to a crank it up moment?
We apologize for that. There was rain that just came by, and we had to close some doors. You see now the 00 pulling behind. As you see, cars now are starting to hit their pit sequence. Look at that field. Absolutely amazing. As you can see.
So with Wyatt pitting early, does that mean he's going to have the advantage on people with being able to sequence back up to the front again? Or do you think that's going to be a disadvantage for him, thinking he might have to pit twice? I mean, another time after his time pitting here.
No, knowing Wyatt, he knows when to come in and what to do. But a little thing did happen at the beginning. I don't think he pitted. Appreciate the follow, weird kid, very much. As you can see now, Wyatt has his gap again. But boy, is that 47 and 18 coming right on him very fast. As the 47 is now inching closer and closer to that 00. 18 right on him. As we see, it looks like the 2 is starting to work his way up. I mean, half of these guys weren't even meant to be a factor. You see the 47 gets around this 00 with ease. The question is he a lap down, or is he just faster? I mean, Juicy, he has 5 wins this like overall for this series, just this series. You watch him in other series. I mean, he races in multiple series, and bro, they dominate. He's a dominating racer. He knows what to do with his car if there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, he definitely does know what to do with this car and how to fix if anything is wrong here. He could adjust the tire pressures perfectly. And as we look at the 47 of Juicy J, he seems to have a fast Kroger car tonight.
As you can see, I think Wyatt might have messed up. You see the 2 is getting around him. The 47's getting around him. Did he not pit for... Did he pit too early? Or was his pit just not enough to let these other guys with the more fresh tires get around him with ease?
Yeah, I think definitely the fresher tires are gonna make a giant difference when it comes to speed here. Um, Lower tires are just you're gonna spin out more, and you're gonna see a little bit more freeness in wobbling out of the corners where you're gonna have to fight more.
And as we're speaking of the 00, he is currently, I believe, third in the standings with 226 points. He has 1 win at Daytona. Draft tracks are amazing, but man, it's looking like Texas ain't his night right now. But it is only stage 1. There are still 2 more to go. He could be setting himself for maybe even a later run. He may not care for the points right now. He may be focusing on, you know what? I'm going for the win. That's where I care about. That's how I'm going to set up my car.
Yeah, like you were saying, he may already be looking into stage 3, not even worrying about the stage points. Even though those stage points are huge, it would be nice to get another win at Texas and say you were the first primetime racing league Cup Series winner at Texas. That would be a cool badge to hold.
As you can see, looking back further, the 24, I mean, he's come from a good distance, and I believe he's maybe up to P7, P8, working his way through the field. But man, is he doing it fast. He's right on that 51. He's already under the 51. He gets around the 51 with ease. I mean, he's just, ever since that incident, he's just having a tough time making it up, but I think he'll get it once it comes to stage 2.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. My biggest question is, normally we see Joker producing pretty well here, and it's kind of a big question. What's happening? Did he do something wrong with his car, or is he still trying to figure it out at the same time?
I mean, it is Texas. This is the first race for them. I think they're just figuring out as it goes. AZ Scooby Doo, good night. You guys have an amazing night. Maybe we'll talk with you later. As you can see now, the 5 moving his way under the 51. Gone around him. I think the 51's just giving up spots because, man, I think he's trying to figure out what to do with the car. What's good to the car, what's hurting the car, and what can I do to make it better?
So as he's doing that and letting people by, do you think he's just trying to stay out of the way to figure out his car, or do you think he's just kind of cruising along and people pass him, and he's not too worried about it?
I actually think about this. A lot of these cars are slowing up. I think there's gas that they need to save. I don't think these drivers have enough gas to get to the end of the stage. Yes, we had that early caution, but it was about 2, 3 laps in. You think about it, cautions take about 3 laps. That puts you up to 6 laps. Now you take that full 20 fuel run. That puts you to 26. You still got to save 4 more laps to get to lap 50.
Yeah, indeed, with that one, we will see that a lot tonight. We will see a lot of gas saving and tire saving at the same time. But do you think that pit sequence was a bit premature when it came to the tires and fuel like that stuff?
I mean, when you think about it, it could have been. But if your tires can save, I don't think it was premature at all.
Yeah, because definitely a premature pit stop with saving tires and stuff like that might not end very well. Speaking, they'll have to pit instead of just twice in one stage. They'll have to pit 3 times, which would not be good at all.
As it looks like we may have lost a racer. I believe it was the 9 of J Banner. Lost connection in the race. Yes, he did, as it also looks like the 11 of Frosty, decided to pull it down pit road instead of losing connection. I think they might have decided to pull it down pit road, They couldn't deal with the tires. I mean, actually, it looks like the 11 is moving, so he may come down for tires and fuel. But that 9, I think he called it quits for tonight. His car just wasn't feeling the way he wanted it to. And I think he may have spun it, crashed the car, engine may have blown up. There's a lot of things that could have happened to that car, and I think it was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate, and we see the number 11. Do you think he should have done damage there, because it is quite big on how much damage he's got? Do you think that's gonna uh, affect his aerodynamics at all and how fast he can move the car?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. This is going to absolutely kill your speed if you didn't come in and fix that arrow. But, it could mess with how tight and how loose your car can get also. I mean, we've seen it multiple times. Cars they're destroyed, and it's so hard to yank the car and turn it, but sometimes it's a little too much that you spin your car out and you can't save it. So what do you do in that situation? I mean, I would just sit there and grab the extra, time that takes to fix that car and get it back on the track.
Yeah, speaking, if you're the only car down, you'll definitely get that freebie when it comes to the lucky dog position, for that. But you definitely want to stay above everyone else if you pit for that damage.
As we
are looking a little forward here. That cars are slowing up. Something must have been a caution.
Give me 1 second and I will check.
You got a game caution with 5 laps to go in the stage break. 5 laps to go, so I'm still coming to see what happened, but there's definitely 5 to go left.
Amazing information from Jay Banner there. Thank you very, very much. 5 laps to go, as he said, and we'll see who comes down to pit and who stays out for the moment here. What are you thinking, Yotes?
I mean, Wyatt said he had to save 4 laps and had 1 more to go. Caution. So he had
to save 4 laps. That's why he was falling apart so fast. Now the question is what did he come in for? It looks like the 2 and 42 are going to be your front row sitters as we get ready to go green again.
Yeah, I definitely would have went with the 4 Goodyear tires and about half a can of Sunoco fuel, because those 4 fresh tires could get you the speed where it'll get you back up to the front very quickly here in Texas.
And as we were here, Banner, I mean, what happened to your car? Did your engine blow up on you? Was the tires just, you ran out of sets, man? What happened?
Unfortunately, had an engine failure.
That is very unfortunate. Engine failures are definitely not very fun when it comes to racing at Texas.
Yeah, engine is not a good thing, especially towards that. As you can see, we probably got, 2 to go with Houday in the lead. Juicy Jake on his tail, waiting for his moment to strike. As you see, the 14 and 5 are lurking in the back just in case if something goes bad for those 2.
It will be 2 to go right here when the leaders cross the line.
As you can see, the 11 got a little squirmy in the back. He's going through the grass. Amazing how he kept it straight, but man, wow, they are starting to get loose fast. I mean, did they set up their cars just for the end of the stage, or how are they setting up their cars? As you see, the 5 now, he's pushing his way on the 2 as we get ready to come into the last lap.
Yeah, it's my biggest question is when it comes to this, who's gonna make the John Deere sponsored giant video of every John Deere sponsored moments in primetime racing?
That is a good question. So you see the 47 now rolling to the outside of the 2. Don't count the 00 out yet. He's looking for his way on the inside. They're getting ready to go 3 wide in the corner, 3 and 4 for the stage.
There appears that the 47 of the Kroger car, Juicy Jake, just took the stage from the number 2 car.
Juicy played it right. He was hitting all stage 1. I mean, he knew where he needed to be. That caution helped him out much, as I believe it went Juicy, Houday, the 5 of... Let's see here. The 5 of Jimmy, and then I believe Mr. Wyatt.
Yeah, we saw Mr. Wyatt start to sneak up there at the end, but he didn't obviously get enough oomph to get there past the 2 and the 47.
Yeah, as we get ready to head into stage number 2, Juicy should have the inside row with the 2 of Houday having the outside row. Yes, we'll see what happens as we get ready to start stage 2.
In between stages is the perfect time to take the gas. And if you're in the stands, in between stages is the best time to go up to the concession stands, grab yourself a hot dog and some popcorn.
I believe that Lamar the Goat caught the lucky dog that stage break, and I believe there was someone that still took the wave around. I'm still trying to find out who that was.
As you can see, the 47 now has the lead. The 00 on his tail with the 18 right behind him. Looks like the 18 now making a move to the inside. Didn't have enough speed, as the 00 now is going to make his move to the inside. He's got himself side by side with the 47 as we come out of corner 2.
Yeah, that 00 has had some huge runs tonight, and he seems to keep pushing it on and pushing everything he's got into Texas tonight.
Yeah, that 00, man, I think he came in with the mindset of, I need to win. This one is going to be a good one,
especially for marking a milestone. I mean,
or history for Primetime Racing Series. This is the first race, like we have said before, that they've gone to Texas. Who is going to be the first one to shoot off the guns? Who's going to be the first one to claim this win tonight?
Yeah, I think all these drivers seriously want to be the first one to do it. But it comes down to who's got the most oomph tonight, who's got the better car, and who's got the most speed coming into every corner and keeping it straight out of every corner. As we see the 18 taking the pass on the 47 of Juicy Jake, and we now have the double O's in the lead, and the 18's trying to make a move on the 00s, but we're still trying to see how well that's going to work for him. We see Dr. Goober starting to sneak up in the back.
Hey, Yotes King, can I get a game invite, please, so I can get in here?
Yes, sir, you can. As you see now, the 00 got himself back up in the lead, man. I think he's just starting to pull himself away from the other crew, just, trying to get around him, trying to think of what to do. As you see, the 18 now is right on him.
Yeah, I think that 18 is looking for a move on the inside of the 00s, and I think they're starting to catch someone coming around at the end there. Not too sure who it is, but I think they are, if I'm not mistaken, which I think I am.
as you can see now, that 24 is now lurking in the background. He disappeared at the beginning of stage 1 due to a wreck. He brought it down. His pit crew said, you know what? It's fixable. Throw some duct tape on it. Let's fix this car and get it back out rolling. The driver has definitely proven that he can drive the wheels off this car. Is there may be a little duct tape on that car, but man, is it hauling.
Yeah, the 24's pit crew definitely took a few sledgehammer shots to it and quite a bit of duct tape to everywhere on the car, to be honest, just to try to get it put back together in racing fashion again.
As you can see, the 24 is not alone, as the 42 is looking to push him around this track too, as those two are slowly inching closer and closer to these leaders.
Man, that 24 has to be thinking these guys are getting bigger in my front windshield right now, and how am I going to make the pass once I could catch them?
Yeah, that is definitely, as you can see, the 24 is on the leaders. The 18 backed off.
24 has now moved up in the third place, as it looks like the 11 has pulled it down pit road. He may have had some engine failures along with the 96, but man, is that 00 having to have that pressure on him, knowing these guys are right on him.
Yeah, with that 18 hitting the wall coming out of turn 3 and 4 there, letting the 24 and the 47 past him, was that a critical move that could change the outcome of this race tonight?
Again, it's kicking me as soon as I get to the racetrack every time.
Most definitely, as I don't think, man, it's only stage 2. There's multiple stages to go. And I think just right now, being first isn't what they want. I think just keeping the car clean and not ruining their chances at this win is what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, most definitely. I just remembered it's only stage 2. I thought we were already in stage 3. My bad. This race seems to be flying by, and it caught me by surprise.
As it looks like stage number 2 has about 52 laps. Once again, they only get 20 laps of fuel. So, think about it. You got to come in, 3 times? Unless if you can save those 6 laps. As you see, 24 and 18 make contact. 24 gets thrown in the grass. He keeps it straight. No caution. What a save. Nope, never mind. He goes around.
Yeah, we might be seeing a caution here in a little bit. Yeah, that was definitely. If you're the 24, you definitely can't be happy if the 18 just knocked you down like that. But Rubbin's racing, so it's definitely gonna happen as we see the 24 try to get back up to speed as fast as possible. He might end up going a lap down for that critical move.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to start this stream because people are saying it's laggy. So we'll be right back.